What do you call a swarm of Byakis? I know it's a murder of crows. Is it a murder of Byakis? Hello, Arkham Horror fans. This is your game of the day. Remember that you can get in on the fun by heading over to surveymonkey.com, filling out the 3 quick questions, and letting me know which investigators and scenarios you would like to see me play here on the channel, and I will do my very best to bring you those games. If you like this sort of content, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out the channel a great deal. Before we get started, I'd like to thank the patrons of this channel who have gone above and beyond to bring you content like these playthroughs. If you'd like to support the channel's goals and see your name on this list, head over to patreon.com, sign up for a tier of your choice, and claim your rewards. That would be awesome. Without further ado, let's play some Arkham Horror LCG. On today's Game of the Day, we are picking up where we left off yesterday with Patrice Hathaway in Paris playing a Phantom of Truth. Yesterday we played the Doubt version of that scenario. Today we are going to be playing the Conviction side. Big thank you to Koro BGG who filled out the survey and requested that we play Patrice through a Phantom of Truth. We are playing with the Hunting Pack deck that was built by Lord Triloth. The deck did extremely well against a Phantom of Truth Doubt. We'll see how it does against the Conviction side. Just a quick summary of the deck. We've got Patrice's Violin, of course. We have Sword Cane, Moonstone, Token of Faith, Cornered, Summoned Hound. We didn't actually see the Summoned Hound yesterday because the goal is to play it with a chance encounter to avoid the enemy that comes along with it, the Unbound Beast. We have 2 copies of a chance encounter 2, Drawn to the Flame, Ethereal Form, Keep Faith, Lucky, Premonition, Spectral Razor, and Tempt Fate. So we have some Bless tech in there as well. And the skill package is Beloved, Fearless, Last Chanced, Predestined, Promise of Power, Resourceful, Take Heart, Unexpected, and Unexpected Courage. And finally we have the Weakness Watcher from Another Dimension. Viewer King's Gambit was asking whether there are any changes that we would make to this deck in preparation for the Conviction side, and that is a good question. The Conviction side of a Phantom of Truth tends to take longer than the Doubt side, simply because there is, while you can add Doom to the agenda by spending clues to speed it up a little bit, you also need those clues to evade the Organist, who will be in pursuit for the entire game. So depending on how much Doom you end up in play, the scenario can run a lot longer, and then you, of course, can end up with more enemies. And in yesterday's game, we were able to handle the Organist pretty easily. All we needed to do was attack him once to place a clue on him, and we always seem to have the cards in our hand necessary to commit to that skill test to hit him. There's a big difference between that and taking down enemies, especially like a 4 health enemy like the Screeching Bayaki. So we'll see if we can get Summoned Hound down. I know that will help us a little bit. We also have the Sword Cane, and we've got Spectral Razor, so depending on how many enemies we draw, we may be able to handle them, and as long as we can stay away from the Organist, we should be in good shape. We are set up over in Octagon, so let's flip over here and let's get this game started. We need to draw a couple of weaknesses because we are playing in standalone mode, and we have 13 XP in our deck. Pretty lean on the XP, which is nice. I always like to play decks that have I like to try to play decks anyway that have as little XP in them as possible, just to see how whether it's possible to beat scenarios with decks like that. So let's draw the 2 weaknesses to start off with. We will shuffle up the deck. We are going with Psychosis, and I don't think we can have Dark Pact since it is campaign mode only, and Atychiphobia, so that one is put Atychiphobia into play in your threat area after you fail a skill test. Take 1 horror, discard Atychiphobia. So that, I believe Psychosis is also 2. Yeah, so both weaknesses, will require 2 actions to get rid of. So that's pretty tough. We don't have, we're going to need a lot of actions to help us evade the Organist. Stay ahead of them. Now, the nice thing about the layout of this scenario is you can often, if you can get yourself into the right position, you can end up running the Organist around in circles and staying 1 step ahead of him. We will see if we are able to do that in this playthrough. So we have the first night on the table, 6 Doom, Threshold, and the Parisian Conspiracy version 2 with we need 2 clues to advance, and then the chase will be on. This scenario has definitely grown on me over time. I like this one just because you have to think, makes you think a lot about where you're moving and what you're doing with your actions and stuff like that. So let's draw our opening hand and see if we cannot get off to as good a start as we did yesterday. We have a Sword Cane, a Lucky, a Sword Cane, a Token of Faith, and the Summoned Hound. We can actually say, well, because we're playing Patrice, we can't really save cards. So I think we mulligan this hand. Accept the Sword Cane. We'll keep a Sword Cane. We will mulligan the rest. So we get Promise of Power, Beloved, Last Chance, and Spectral Razor. Yeah. Not the greatest. Not the greatest hand that we could have asked for. So we're going to have to add a curse token if we want to use Promise of Power. Last Chance will get us a clue. Promise of Power will get us a clue. Beloved doesn't really do much of anything right now, so that's not ideal. All right, it is turn 1. Let's gain our actions here and kick things off. I think the first action we will spend 2 resources to play the Sword Cane, since we cannot trigger its ability. But we do have our weapon down early in the game, which is good. We might as well try to investigate this location. So we will use Promise of Power. And we're not going to be able to get 2 investigates out of this unless we draw badly. And I guess we'll throw a Beloved in there too. So we will add a curse token to the bag. And so we are going 2 plus 4 is 6, 7v4. 7v4, the Chaos Bag says that is a Cultist, that is a -2, and we move each unengaged Bayaki in play once toward us. So that is, we are fine. So we grab this clue, and then we will move down to Montparnasse. 2 shroud location, 1 clue, and then we can discard a card from our hand to gain resources equal to the number of willpower skill icons on the discarded card. Wow, we can discard Last Chance to gain 5 resources. We will do that. I believe that is fair play, since wild icons count as anything. So 5 resources So we go up to 8. And that's going to be our turn. Nothing in the enemy phase. Spectral Razor we lose, which is unfortunate. But, oh, and we draw Watcher from another dimension right away. We get a Take Heart, a Resourceful, a Lucky, and Psychosis. So we get our weakness right away. We get 2 of our weaknesses on the right away on turn 1. So we got pretty lucky yesterday and managed to pull, I believe it was 5 Elder Signs by the time the game was over. So I don't think we're going to get that. And whenever we pull an Elder Sign, we're able to reshuffle our discard pile into our deck. I don't think we're going to get that lucky again. So we are going to have to... hopefully we will get at least a couple Elder Signs, maybe 1 at least, so we don't have to worry about the Watcher. But we do have a Psychosis to deal with. Whenever we take a horror, we take a direct damage, so that we will probably want to get rid of that this turn. We go to the Mythos phase. It is turn 2, 1 Doom of 6. And our encounter card, oh, there is Spires of Carcosa. That's a pain in the butt in conviction mode because we have to add 2 Doom on our location. And that Doom counts against the, it actually subtracts from the Doom threshold rather than adds to it. So, that is quite annoying. So there's actually 0 Doom in play, and this is how the game gets stretched out. The more cards like Spires you get, the longer the game will run. However, I feel as though... let me see here. While you have when checking Doom threshold of Doom on other cards, this agenda subtracts. At the end of the round, if there are 3 or more Doom in play, we advance. So we need to get rid of at least 1 Doom on this Spires. So we can do that. But we have to do that by investigating. And we have to use the investigate action on the Spires to do that. So, do we have any survivor cards in our discard pile that we are interested in? We've got a last chance. That's okay, I guess, if we were to commit the resourceful. Or we've got to take heart as well. But we have a lucky. So let's throw... let's get our actions back first. And let's go 3v2. It's really bad odds. Let's commit the take heart to this as well, just in case. We're going to go 3v2. Maybe we fail this one. I don't know. We have a lucky. So Chaos Bag says -4. The lucky is not going to help us in any way, shape, or form there. So we fail this skill test, but we do... we do get 2 cards and 2 resources due to take heart. We get a Moonstone and a Premonition. All right. So we can investigate again. I want to try to keep the Doom off here. Let's Premonition. We will seal a token on there. Actually, we will. Before we do that, let's Premonition before we investigate. So we know what we're dealing with. We're getting a -2. So we know we're at -2. We're going to go 2v2, and then we play lucky. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. So we go 2v2, and then we pull the cultist, and then we're at -2. We throw a lucky at it to get us even, and we pass, so we remove a doom off of Spires of Carcosa. That's our second action. Third action, we're going to get a Moonstone this turn. That's pretty good. Bump our willpower and agility up. That will really help us in this particular scenario. There's lots of willpower treacheries, and of course, if we need to evade, the extra agility will be very helpful indeed. I don't think we really have anything else to do besides investigate here. 2v2, really not good. Maybe we pull the curse token to get rid of it. Maybe we get a bit lucky. Let's see. Chaos Bag says -1, so no luck there. But we do prevent the agenda from... we do prevent the act from advancing, which it would have done had we not removed that to that doom from Spires. We go to the upkeep. During the upkeep, we discard the Moonstone, but we will pay 3 resources to actually play said Moonstone. So we go up to 5 willpower and 3 agility. We draw. There's Cornered. There is Token of Faith, Ethereal Form, and oh, the Violin too. Man, oh man, some really good cards in there. Cornered and the Violin being chief among them. Token of Faith, I haven't played with it. It adds bless tokens to the bag, though. We do have the resources to play all of them. So we shall see here. It is turn number 3. Our encounter card is going to be, there is the Screeching Bayaki. Man. What do we do about that? Screeching Bayaki, a 3/4/3 hunter while engaged with an investigator with remaining 4 or fewer sanity. It gets +1 fight, +1 evade. So, if we try to kill it, we can actually use the Sword Cane to evade the Sword Cane to evade the Bayaki. We'd be going 5v3. We also have an Ethereal Form, but that basically does the same thing. But we need to take an action. We need to get a corner down. And we probably want the Violin as well. And we need to remove a doom from... So I think we go 5v3. Let's commit the Violin. I don't think we're going to get a chance to play it. Given the choice between Violin, Cornered, and Token of Faith, I would definitely want the Cornered, and I think I can only play 1 asset this turn. So we're gonna commit the Violin. We will exhaust the Sword Cane to go 5v5. Oh, no, we're using our... Yeah, willpower is fine. Okay. 5, 6, 7 v3. Chaos Bag says -3, so the Bayaki is evaded. We will play cornered as our second action. We will try to remove this Doom from Spires. We will commit the Token of Faith and discard the Ethereal Form to cornered. So we're going to go 2, 3, 4, 5 v2. 5v2. Chaos Bag gives us another -3. So we were just we just had enough, but we get rid of that Doom and we discard the Spires to keep the Organist off the table for another turn. And that's going to do it. Upkeep, we draw Take Heart. The Bayaki re-engages us. So we drew a Take Heart, a Beloved, a Keep Faith, and there is our other weakness. Holy crap. All right, so we have 2 weaknesses in play already. We've seen all of our weaknesses. So now, after we fail a skill test, we're taking a horror, and then after we take a horror, we take a damage. So we need to get rid of some of these weaknesses. We can grab this clue next turn and then do it. We could advance. I think we want to advance during the enemy phase, since that brings out the Organist and he would move after us. So I think we can do it that way. All right, it's turn 4, 3 of 6 Doom. Encounter card is going to be Twin Suns. Test 4. If you fail, you must either remove 1 Doom from the current agenda or take 1 horror for each point you fail by. I think this is, I think we commit Take Heart to this one and fail this test. Because we can just remove a Doom from the agenda. Not keen on that, but I don't want to take horror either. So we will draw a Chaos token. We get a -1. So we do fail. We do draw 2 cards and gain 2 resources, though. So we get a Drawn to the Flame and an Unexpected Courage. And we remove a Doom from the agenda. So we're back down to 2 of 6. So that actually buys us a turn. That buys us a turn. Just a matter of, do we use that turn to get rid of one of our weaknesses? I think so. I don't really want to face the Organist with two action weaknesses in my threat area. So let's try to evade. First action, we'll evade the Screeching Bayaki. Let's play Keep Faith. That discarding that last chance to that card really helped to Montparnasse, really gave us a nice resource boost. So we're adding 4 Blessed tokens. We add 4 Blessed tokens to the bag. So there's 1 Curse token, 4 Blessed tokens. We are going to... We evade the Screeching Bayaki with our first action. Let's commit Beloved to that. So we're going 5, 6, 7. V3, Chaos Bag says we get a Bless, so we're up to 9 V3. We get another Bless, we're up to 11 V3. And then why do we have a +1 in there? We shouldn't have a +1. Maybe this isn't hard. I thought this was hard. Oh yeah, we're playing it on hard, but this is the standalone Chaos Bag. That's why there's a +1 in there. All right. So we passed that by a freaking 1,000. So the Screeching Bayaki is evaded. Now, do we just get rid of one of these weaknesses? I think so. And then we can discard another card to Montparnasse in order to gain a couple more resources. So let's get rid of Atychiphobia. Discard Unexpected Courage to gain 2 resources, and that's going to be our turn. Still haven't been able to grab this clue, but we're busy doing other things at the moment. We go to upkeep phase. We lose the Drawn to the Flame. We draw an Unexpected Courage, a Tempt Fate, a Lucky, and a Token of Faith. Unfortunately, I think we have another turn. So maybe this turn we need to... we need that clue so we can advance the act before the agenda advances. And then maybe play Token of Faith? Maybe. Well, let's see what the Mythos phase brings. Turn 5, 3 of 6 Doom, and counter card. Oh, shoot. Now we're in trouble. There's the second Screeching Bayaki. So this is why this scenario is tough. You end up with, you can end up really getting too many enemies to deal with. Now I think we are... Okay, now we're in trouble because we need to get this clue and get out of here, but I feel like we just have to leave this clue. I don't think we can grab it. And we only have one evade. One evade with the Sword Cane, and then we'd have to evade the other one the hard way. We do have the stuff we need to do it. I think we just have to evade, move, and then just abandon this clue. And run away so we can try to put some distance between ourselves and the Organist, because otherwise we're just going to have... We're going to have so much stuff chasing us right off the bat here. Okay, well, we'll try to evade with the Sword Cane. We're going 5v3. We will throw the Token of Faith to go to cornered to go 7v3. Chaos Bag says We get a +1. So this one is evaded. He is evaded, and we will do that again. This time we will commit an unexpected courage and throw Tempt Fate to cornered to go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 V3. We get a -1. So both Bayakis are evaded, and then we have to run, because otherwise we are going to be in deep trouble. All right. So we run away as our third action. We don't have anything else we can do this turn. So that's going to be that. We go to upkeep, we lose the lucky, we draw Tempt Fate, Summoned Hound, keep Faith, and Last Chance. At the end of the round, we are advancing because there's going to be 3 Doom in play. That's unfortunate. So let's advance. We're gonna have the we take 2 horror, and we spawn the set-aside Organist at our location. That was most unfortunate. But drawing that second Bayaki really... I'm not too sure if we could have played that differently. I mean, we had... Having both weaknesses that feed off each other, the Atychiphobia would have forced us to take horror, which would have forced us to take damage from Psychosis. We needed to get rid of them. And we had some time if we just hadn't drawn that Screeching Bayaki. So let's go get the Organist. I think he's in this pile. There is our friend the Organist. All right, so he is on his other side. So the Organist, 5 combat, or 5 fight, no health because we can't kill him, 3 evade. Hunter cannot be damaged. After the Organist moves from the Hunter keyword, if it is unengaged, resolve its Hunter keyword again. The Organist cannot attack this phase, limit once per round. It hits for a whopping 3 horror. But we can spend clues in order to auto-evade him. We go to Stalked by Shadows. We can, as a free triggered ability, we can spend a clue to either place 1 Doom on the current agenda or automatically evade the Organist, limit once per round. We have to survive until Agenda 3A flips. So he is with us. So he's not hard to evade. We have the Sword Cane to evade. Now we need to... So we can evade, and as long as we sort of stay ahead of him and the Bayakis, we can be okay. Having 2 Bayakis, though, on the table right now is really bad news. We just don't have additional damage, which makes killing them really, really difficult. It is turn 6 of the Mythos phase. 4 Doom of 6. Counter card is going to be a Torturous Chords. So we're going 5v5. We could just throw the Summoned Hound to it. Yeah, let's throw the Summoned Hound to cornered. So we're going to go 7v5. Chaos Bag throws us a -1, so we pass the Torturous Chords. So cards aren't going to cost us anymore. We do have a Summoned Hound in our discard pile now, so when we draw a chance encounter, we can get it. I think we just try to evade the Organist using the Sword Cane. So let's play Keep Faith to add 4 Blast tokens. Okay. We add 4 Blast tokens to the Chaos Bag. We've got 6 Blast tokens and 1 Curse token in there. We're going to want a clue. Now, the trick here, we want to try to save. We can spend clues to either add a doom to the agenda or automatically evade the Organist. If we can evade the Organist, move, grab a clue, spend clue, we can advance the agenda this turn. So that seems like a pretty good plan. So let's throw the Tempt Fate to cornered, and we'll use the Sword Cane to go 5, 6, 7 v3. Chaos Bag says there's a Curse token, we're 5 v3. There's a Bless token, we're 7 v3. There's a -4, we're 3 v3. Thank goodness. But he is evaded. So the Organist is evaded. We will move to Opera Garnier. 6 Shroud location with 1 clue. While you're investigating, double the value of your skill. So we're at 4 v6. We will commit Last Chance to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're 8 v6. Yeah, that's not very good, is it? 8 v6. Chaos Bag says Bless. We're 10 v6. Chaos Bag gives us a -2. We are 8 v6. So we pass. We grab this clue. Free triggered ability. We spend said clue to add a doom to this agenda. So we will advance next turn. So now we need to stay ahead of the Organist. He's going to double hunt, but as long as we're 2 locations ahead of him, he won't attack us. Then we evade him and proceed. It's just a matter of staying ahead of the Bayakis too. Actually, I think this, when we advance, we're going to get a bit of a boost. So that's good. Enemy phase, the Bayakis hunt to Gare d'Orsay. Upkeep phase, we get a Drawn to the Flame, a chance encounter to Fearless, and Predestined. Okay. So we can get the Summoned Hound this turn. 12 cards in our deck. We're going to have to deal with the Watcher at some point. Here, he's going to attack us for 3 damage. So we shall see. We shall see. As long as we can keep evading the Organist and gathering clues and spending them, we can speed up through these agendas. But we've also got the Psychosis to deal with. But I think that's going to be in our threat area for a while yet. We go to the Mythos phase of turn 7. We are advancing. So each investigator disengages from each enemy engaged with him or her and may move to a connecting location. Move the organist one location away from the nearest investigator to a location with no investigators if possible. So we can move the organist back to Montparnasse. We can move... It's probably easier to go to Grand Guignol now, because it's sort of out of the loop. So let's go to Grand Guignol now. After you've revealed Grand Guignol, you must either take 2 horror or shuffle all non-weakness cards from your hand into your deck, then draw an equal number of cards. Well, I guess we'll do that. So we'll shuffle these back in and draw 4 cards. I don't want to take 2 horror. We get a chance encounter 2, a Moonstone, Promise of Power, and a Fearless. Fearless is actually pretty good here. We can heal a horror. So we can grab this clue and keep moving. All right. We are on the second night. As long as we can stay ahead of the enemies, I think we'll be okay, but there's a lot more enemies where those came from. Alright, encounter card. Speaking of enemies, we get one. We get the Stealthy Bayaki. 2 health, 5 fight, 3 evade. Do we try to kill this one? We can evade, play, chance encounter, grab clue. Next turn, we run for it. I guess that's the plan. So let's go get our 3 actions. We're going to evade with the sword cane. So we're going 5v3. We'll play the Fearless. To go 6v3, we will commit the Promise of Power to go a lot v3. We will add a curse token. And we'll pitch the Moonstone to cornered, which gives us a chance to play it, which gets us to actually, do we save the Promise of Power? So we go to 6 and 6, 2, 2, 4. So we're at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We get a -1, so he is easily evaded. We need to grab the dog. Summoned Hound comes out for 3 resources. So these are gone. We have a Summoned Hound now. So as an additional cost to play the Summoned Hound, we have to search our deck for the Unbound Beast, but since we used a chance encounter too, we don't have to. During our turn, except during an action, exhaust Summoned Hound to fight or investigate. Base skill value of 5. Man, I don't know if we're going to get this clue or not. Or do we just move? Moving might be the better option. The Byaki's come to Aper. The Organist is going to Aper. If we're at Le Marais, yeah, I think we're going to move. I don't like the odds of that. Well, it's a free triggered ability though, right? Am I reading that wrong? So during your turn, exhaust Summoned Hound to fight investigate. So we get a free investigate, so we might as well give it a shot and then move if we fail. So we're going 5v3. Chaos Bag says -4, so that's a failure. So now we'll move to, does he exhaust? He does. So we will move to Le Marais. It is a 1-shroud location. After you enter Le Marais for the remainder of the round, you cannot leave Le Marais. So that's really good, because otherwise we would have been stuck there and the Organist would have caught us next round. So that's good that we went there now. Enemy phase, the Byakis move up to Aper. The Organist double hunts to Aper. We have a clue we could spend. To add a doom to the act. We'll do that. We go to upkeep. We draw Spectral Razor, Premonition, Fearless, and oh, we did get Fearless to trigger, so we heal a horror too. I forgot that. We get a second copy of Cornered. So I think we're good. So now it's just a matter of staying ahead of all the enemies. Maybe picking off that stealthy Byaki if we can at some point, to lighten the load. We go to turn 8, Mythos phase. We draw Hunting Shadow. You must either spend 1 clue or take 2 damage. We take 2 damage. All right. 8 cards in our deck. The Watcher is going to attack us here at some point. Man, we could fight or try to fight or evade it, but the last time I did that, the last time I tried to fight or evade the Watcher, I ended up getting killed by it. We could use Spectral Razor to fight it. What would that put us at? Maybe I just let it attack us this turn. When we advance, the Hound can take it. The Hound could take it for us. So that is, we did Hunting Shadow. We go to the investigation phase. So we need to be at least... Okay, so the Organist is going to go Le Marais and then somewhere over here. So if we go to the canal, then we'd need to... We just need to make sure we don't get trapped. by these enemies. So let's grab this clue first of all. We can actually we'll use the free triggered ability on the Hound to go 5v1. Chaos Bag gives us a skull, which is minus amount of doom in play, so that's -2. So we grab this clue. We have 3 actions remaining. Let's move to the canal. 4 shroud location, 1 clue. After you evade an enemy at canal, move that enemy to a connecting location, limit once per round. So it is a 4 shroud location. That is beyond our means at the moment. We do not have a way of getting that. I mean, we could go premonition 2 for, nah, it's not worth it. Or we play cornered. Double cornered would put us at 6v4. It's possible. Um, 6v4. It's not very good. We do have quite a few blessed tokens in the bag. Yeah, let's play cornered. If we can avoid coming back here. So we have 2 copies of cornered, so now we can commit 2 cards. So we'll throw Let's Premonition first. We're getting a -2. Okay. So we know what we're getting. So we can commit. We can investigate. We can throw Fearless and Spectral Razor to corners to go 6v4 and gain a clue. So we'll do that. And that'll be our turn. All right. During the enemy phase, the Organist double hunts to us. The stealthy Bayaki goes to Le Marais. The other 2 Bayakis go to Le Marais. It's a Bayaki party in Le Marais. 3 Bayakis hanging out, swarming above the square. All right, so now we want to evade, double move down to, we can auto evade the Organist and then double move away from him because we want to get away from the Bayakis. We draw our second chance encounter, Resourceful, Predestined. Now is a good time to draw an Elder Sign, so we don't have to deal with our weakness, otherwise we're just going to lose our puppy. Mythos phase, we go turn 9, 3 Doom of 5. Encounter card is Hunted by Bayaki. Test 6. We do not want to test 6. Test 6, if you fail, reveal the top X cards of the encounter deck where X is the amount you failed by. If at least one Bayaki enemy is revealed by this effect, choose and draw one of them. If at least one Omen Treachery is revealed by this effect, take one Horror. I don't see why we are 4... 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 v6. Nine v6. Chaos Bag says we're now 7 v6 with the curse token, and then we draw -3. Shoot. We were at 7 v6, we go down to 4 v6, so we have to discard 2 cards from the encounter deck. Deadly Fate and Hunting Shadow, no Bayaki, but there, is it an Omen? Any Omens? Yes, we did take a Horror from an Omen. Alright. So we dodged that bullet. I didn't want a Bayaki. That was the biggest issue there. We gutted our hand to do that. We're gonna take 3 damage next turn. So the question is here: do we double evade? Do we evade? If we evade the dude, 6, 7, 8 v3. I like those odds. So we will exhaust the Sword Cane. We will exhaust. We could auto evade this guy as a free triggered ability, but I want to save those clues because we're going to advance this turn if we spend a clue. So we will throw the chance encounter to cornered. So we go 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6. No, we're at 6 because we're using the Bloody Cane. So 6, 7, 8, v3. Chaos Bag says -1, so he is evaded. He is up here. So that was our first action. Move to Montmartre. 2 Shroud location. We can spend 1 resource to do stuff there. Maybe we use the Hound here since we're going to lose him next turn. So let's spend the Hound's free triggered ability to go 5v2. Chaos Bag says -3, so we pass. We grab that clue. We're going to spend that clue to add a doom to the second night. So we're going to advance. Then we're going to move again to Notre Dame. 3 Shroud location, 1 clue. Enemies get -1 fight, +1 evade. We can test 6 here to add a doom to the current. That might actually be worthwhile next turn. We could double advance. Oh, that's really nice. We could double advance the agenda next turn. That's really sweet. Okay, well, that's going to be that. Enemy phase, the Bayaki gang. What do you call a swarm of Bayakis? I know it's a murder of crows. Is it a murder of Bayakis? What would be a good term for a bunch of Bayakis? We go to upkeep, and we are going to draw 1, 2. We draw Ethereal Form, Sword Cane, Drawn to the Flame, Summoned Hound. We get attacked by... We take a horror because we have to reshuffle. Which button am I looking for? This button. We take a horror because we have to reshuffle our deck. And then our weakness attacks us, so the Hound jumps in front of the Watcher from another dimension and gets smoked. And that's going to be our turn. That's going to be upkeep. So far, we've kept the damage on. Oh, after we take a horror, we take a damage. So how much horror have we taken? 3? So we've taken... We need to take at least 1 damage. I'll take 2 more just in case. So we're at 5 damage. I don't think we've taken a ton of horror this game. But we'll see. We added 5. We're up to 5 damage. So now the trick is to get us through the next couple Mythos phases. Turn 10, Mythos phase, we advance. So now Bad Boy comes out. So we disengage from each enemy engaged with us and move to a connecting location. He's showing up at Montparnasse. So we move to the Garden of Luxembourg. Now, this is actually interesting here because what we can do, Jordan Perry's coming out. He's coming out at Montparnasse. So maybe what we do, we go to Montparnasse now. He's really easy to evade. If we go to Montparnasse now, yeah, I think that's what we want to do. We want to be in Montparnasse right now. So we can... Oh, man. We wanted to do that double advance. Unfortunately, we can't do that. Oh, that's too bad. That would have been so sweet. But we have enough... We have quite a few clues. So as long as we can double advance the agenda for a couple turns here. So we disengage from each enemy, move to a connecting location, then we move the organist 1 location away from the nearest investigator. I guess he goes to the cemetery. So he would be 1, 2, 3 there. Yeah, he goes to the cemetery. And we are on Agenda 3A. Encounter card. We get another Bloody Bayaki. Shoot. All right. That was... I knew that was going to happen. It just seemed... Okay, so we can evade Jordan. Evade the other Bayaki. We do have an ethereal form in our hand, which would let us evade everybody. So that seems like a good plan. We evade everybody. We try to evade Jordan with ethereal form, thus evading the Bayaki, but then we'd have to move. We'd be opening ourselves up. Actually, the Bayaki couldn't come after us. It would move after us. If we evade the Bayaki and Jordan with ethereal form, the Bayaki would disengage from us. But it would move after us, but it wouldn't attack us. Then we grab this clue and move. The Bayaki moves with us, but then we are at least ahead of the gang. So that's what we do. So we'll get our 3 actions. We're going to play ethereal form for 2. So we're adding our willpower value to our evasion value. Holy crap, that's 10 v2. Chaos Bag says -2, so actually no, we evade. It's better to evade the Bayaki or Jordan. I think it's actually better to evade the Bayaki. So we will evade the Bayaki, and then Jordan disengages from us and can't come after us. Let's try to grab this clue. We're going to go 2, 4, 6 for 2 cornered. Or do we pitch the Summoned Hound to go 2, 4, 6, 7 if we commit Drawn to the Flame? Chaos Bag gives us a skull. That's a 0. So we grab this clue. We're going to spend said clue to add a doom. And then we're going to move away. I think we can do this. I think we're in pretty good shape. Enemy phase. Jordan follows us. The Bayaki stays there. This murder of Bayakis, for a lack of a better term, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, so it can go to Notre Dame. The Organist is going to go to Notre Dame. So the Pied Piper of Paris moves to Notre Dame with his swarm of Bayakis. And I think that's it. So as long as we only move 1 location next turn, we should be okay. Upkeep, we draw Beloved, Tempt Fate, Lucky, and Unexpected Courage. Mythos phase of turn 11, 2 Doom of 5. Chaos Bag gives us a Frozen in Fear. Okay, that's really irritating. but we can break it easily enough. It's just a matter of it's going to cost us 2 actions to get away from Jordan. Yeah. So we have our 3 actions. It's going to cost us an action, 2 actions to evade Jordan. We're going to go 6v2. We might as well go 8v2. Excuse me. Chaos Bag says, there's the Elder sign. So we go 8v2. We get plus, is it 1? Plus 1, and we get to reshuffle. So we discard the Beloved. We can keep all but 1 card. Let's leave a Summoned Hound in the deck, in the discard pile. And so in case we draw a chance encounter, we can get it back. That cost us 2 actions, and then so Jordan is here and he is evaded, and we move up to Opera Garnier. I believe it's Opera. Is it Opera? I'm not going to try it. My grade 7 French is not up to the task. At the end of our round, at the end of our turn, we get to test 3 on to break Frozen in Fear. We will throw both of these cards to cornered. So we're going 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We draw -3. So Frozen in Fear is gone. And we haven't spent a clue this turn. So let's do that. We will add a Doom to that. 3 of 5 Doom. So we have to survive 2 turns, it looks like. Enemy phase, the Bayaki moves here to Gare d'Orsay. The Organist moves to Gare d'Orsay. The Murder of Bayakis moves to Garden of Luxembourg. And that's all she wrote. During upkeep, we lose the Lucky. And we draw Beloved, Unexpected Courage, the Violin, and our weakness again. Oh, man. After you fail a skill test, we take a Horror, which would cause us to take a damage. I think at this point, we just need to run out the clock. So we go to Mythos phase of turn 12. There is 4 of 5 Doom. Our encounter card is a Deadly Fate. Test 3 willpower. If you fail, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until an enemy is discarded. You must either draw that enemy or that enemy attacks you from the discard pile. If no enemy is discarded. So we just need to pass this skill test, but we are already at 6v3. We will go commit an Unexpected Courage to go 8v3. And Chaos Bag says Blessing. We're up to 10v3. -4 is 6v3, so we pass. And we don't discard any cards. So the game is over. We just need to survive 1 turn, which is easy enough to do. We can... we get our 3 actions. all we need to do is take one action to move away from our friend the Organist, which we will do. We will go up to Grand Guignol, and then we will spend 2 actions to get rid of Atychiphobia. And during the enemy phase, the Organist shows up and engages us, but does not attack. Jordan and the Bayaki move to Opera Garnier. The Murder of Bayakis moves to Gare d'Orsay. And we discard Beloved and the Violin. We draw Predestined, Drawn to the Flame, Last Chance, and Ethereal Form. And we advance and we win the game. Sweet. So King's Gambit was asking before the game whether we would make any changes to this deck for the conviction side of the playthrough, and I think my answer is no. Lord Triloth, you have built a fantastic deck. Kudos to you, sir. An amazing build. One of my favorite, man, this is a really fun deck to play. Really enjoy this one. Probably add this to my collection and play it a lot in the near future. What can I say? I mean, it's powerful. It does the trick. So I was a little worried that the deck didn't have enough enemy management, but I need not be concerned, because once we got everything set up, we had plenty of willpower and agility to evade just about anything that came our way. It was a little touch and go there at the beginning with all of the Bayakis chasing us, but we didn't fail that many skill tests, which certainly helped, and we managed to do it. So turn 13, we got a couple of VPs out of this as well. Not as many as I would have liked, but in this one, survival, I think, takes precedence over trying to grab VPs. Sometimes you just have to keep on moving to get away from everything. So that is going to do it for this play of the day, or game of the day. Just as a reminder to fill out the survey if there's a game that you would like to see. It's only 3 questions, very easy to fill out. You can give me your username if you want, and an investigator and a scenario, and or you can also link to a deck on ArkhamDB to let me know if there's a specific deck. You can also, if you prefer to watch these games or listen to these games as a podcast, you can check out my blog, thewhisperindarkness.blogspot.com, or the RSS feed. The games are also up on iTunes and Google Podcast. And I'll be back tomorrow with another game of the day. I'm off to get vaccinated today, so that's good news. So until tomorrow, I hope that you have a fantastic day and take care out there. That's going to do it for this episode. If you enjoyed what you hear, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you need to contact me, I can be reached at manfromleng@gmail.com. I'm also on Twitter at manfromleng. Until the stars are right, keep your shotgun close and your elder sign closer. Take care out there, and happy investigating.